Give it a couple seconds. Some pretty good stuff today. Pretty good stuff. Give it a minute before we get rocking and rolling. All right, let's get rocking and rolling. Happy Tuesday. Hope everyone's doing well. Wondering how all the Eagle fans are doing out there from that horrific loss. I don't know if it was bad coaching or bad decision on Jalen Hurst, but you should have won that game. Whatever. So, all right, let's start always with the good and then to the juicy business. Last week, I had the pleasure of playing in the Atlantic City Fire Department Classic over at Blue Heron Pines. Everything was 5-star, perfect. Food, weather, people, the cause, you name it. Everything was just bananas, beautiful, doing very well. 21st, we have McClinton Park for the Cigar Social over there with John Henderson and Tricycle Productions. If you know where McClinton Park is, that's on the north side of the island, right by Gardner's Basin over there. So if you haven't bought your tickets, there are still a few available. If you want to go try some different cigars, John's very good at fighting the out-of-the-box sticks. Pretty good. Another cigar event, we have Tennessee Avenue. They have a Boxing Legends function at Tennessee Avenue on the 29th of this month. Look up Tennessee Tobacco, Tennessee After Tobacco, or Kobe Fryer for more details. Also, for you who may or may not know, this month is Hispanic Heritage Month. So, go around and support your local Spanish businesses, whatever they may be. What else we got? The triathlon was also this weekend. Didn't seem to be as heavily as traveled as past years. The traffic wasn't that bad, but that was this past week. Apparently, there was a different version of it, a bigger one with Steve Delmo out of Cape May County. And nice shout out to my buddy Joe Ritzler, who is the fireman of the quarter for that miraculous save of the person that jumped out of the window right down the street here on Georgia Avenue. But all in all, anyone who was on duty that evening definitely shares that award with him as well, 100% guaranteed. But, you know, I know Joe's being a little bashful about it, but I know he shares that award with everyone across the board. So thank you, the fire department, for being there. Now, the juicy. I'll save the best for last. For those of you who may or may not saw, this is something funny, but it's a shame. Did you see the way the one lady hit somebody with the pizza box at the Porter the other night? She took it like it was a sheet pan and tried falafeling this other lady like it was going to do damage other than ruin the pizza. That was absolutely hysterical. Absolutely hysterical. It's a shame things like that happen, but on the bright side of it, that was beyond funny on how she took that thing like it was going to actually damage or hurt somebody. What we got here? Another thing, Judge Blee, as you may or may not be aware, is not really playing by the rules. As you all know, Marty's little boy, Zia, who is an EHT resident, who was a Atlantic City Council person who was collecting money and favors and whatever else, was removed, but they're not doing the correct spacing of dates between his removal and when a special election should be. They're having it at the same time with the presidential, Senate, congressional, whatever else they got in between all that, which, it's a disservice and it's kind of being dishonest, to be honest with you. So, don't get that. That's something Harry wrote up the other day in the paper. Let's talk about all these award ceremonies at these casinos or Stockton or whatever. It seems every time we turn around, we're always, like I said it last week, congratulating someone for doing a job they're contracted to do, and the majority of them are overpaid and underworked. But, they get to leave work to sit there and be put on a pedestal for just doing their job. And when I say just, I mean they just started it. Takes more than 6 months, even a year in business to see results. But I guess other people who want to parade them around like a dog and pony show for what reason, to raise money for whoever, because it's not for an awareness, it's just to raise money for somebody. But it just doesn't make any sense how we are not time managing ourselves going to work here in the city of Atlantic City. Every manager, every department head once a week has to go to a lunch or a dinner, and I know it's mandatory because no one will go, for obvious reasons, the guy on the 7th floor, and we're losing valuable time, like things need to get done. We're not a very well-oiled machine that's working very well. People need to be at work, not taking 3-hour lunches to sit there and say, good job after 1 year. It makes 0 sense. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So those things need to chill. And then now, we're going to loop these two together. Okay, we're going to loop these together. On the 29th, I don't know if it is 2 different economical roundtable meetings. And this is the joke of all jokes. I'll tell you why in a second. So at Stockton, I don't know what times these things start, but on the 29th, there's a small business group government purchase meeting at Stockton, and the ACEA is a part of it. And then at Resorts, there's a roundtable meeting with, I know that's more of a city thing, on the 29th. And I think that's the one that's being spearheaded by our city's business administrator, Anthony Swan, who can't even balance on 1 foot, let alone a checkbook. For what? This is what I understand. They're inviting, come on in, spend money, purchase these permits. Here's the ringer, and this did happen. I saw the emails, and this came out in an article, and we're going to emphasize it, okay? Our very own Anthony Cox, who runs the construction department here in Atlantic City, who I've known. I actually bought my first house off this guy. I knew he was shady then, I know he's shady today. My man would have people come in to do whatever major project, homes, stores, dealerships, whatever. And you would go and bring your plans in, have the check there for whatever the permit price was, and then be asked or directed, can you come visit our mayor on the 7th floor? Well, a couple big guys did that, and the permits and everything got held up. They were getting screwed, and Anthony got his teeth kicked in by the DCA, Department of Community Affairs, and the Department of Regulatory Affairs. Yes, 2 letters, Anthony's name, and the bigger developers, I guess, kind of got a bigger victory. And even the other day, looking on social media, underneath the Ocean Club, there is this barber shop called Hammer and Nails. I signed up for that thing a year ago. My buddy Pete, waiting and went past, one day working, 6 months no working, one day working. They put out the other day, if you look it up, Hammer and Nails, Atlantic City. They put on there and they targeted the construction department of Atlantic City. I'm not blaming the inspectors. It's the people that review those things. And whose desk does it cross through first? Anthony Cox. Allegedly one of the dirtiest guys out there. Look him up. Not good. Then we wonder why there's no cranes in the sky or no development. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to mention names. One guy in particular broke through and made headway with a bunch of other big ball players. Now there is relief. There is relief. What did I say? DCA should be doing audit review. What's that? Garrett? Absolutely. But I think it's going to change because they're going to have someone sitting in that office at all times now. So again, another small administration implosion. You got to pay to play, but then you got to pay. Whoa, hold on a minute. Lights went out. All right, and then you got timer lights over here in the kitchen, cooking tonight. So then you got to pay the city the fees to do the work, and then you got to grease some palms. You know what I'm saying? Do some favors, and you wonder why. Why do these events that have the word small in it travel from casino to casino, hotel to hotel, arcade to water park, to the AX1 building? They all travel. Never have we continuously seen a small event. Small. At the same place twice. People are finally catching on. People are listening. People aren't being afraid anymore. People, he's a 6'6" punk. He's a punk. Anyone that he is handpicked to be under his admin sucks. No good. They're poisoned. They couldn't have been good people, but they're not. They're poisoned by him because he manipulates people. And why people follow suit is beyond me. I don't get it. I never backed down, and I smacked them around 8 times. I'm going to be 9 soon amongst everybody else. So long and short of it, go in, drop your permits, do what you feel is right, call the DCA, let them know you put your permits in, and let's make Atlantic City what it should be. It should look no different than Longport, Ventnor, Margate, Brigantine. We see the differences driving in and out. I'm here 25 years, 20 years in business, and it bothers me that the second you get over Albany Avenue or go over the Brigantine Bridge, it's like a ray of sunshine. Here we got a couple clouds scattered a little bit. Rays of sun comes in, do whatever, but we should share the same victory, the same growth, the same breath of fresh air as everybody else. Why are we held down? Marty Small and his wife and their friends and the people that back them. Hands down. Hopefully this all blows up. Praying homeboy gets locked up, pulled out. I don't know. His wife's going to be soon. We got 2 people down already. We got 2 more to go. Okay? I think it's going to work out for the better of the people, the residents, the investors, everyone. Get rid of those 2 degenerate idiots that have caused nothing but harm in this town. Say what you want, but they've poisoned a lot of people. It's a shame. So, that being said, tune in next week. Hopefully we'll have some good and better news. Hopefully the little birdies that are chirping might be chirping this week, maybe next week. We'll see. I don't know. But to all my friends in looking to develop or build or do whatever, just so you know, it's being being oversight by the DCA. No more games. 30 days for a review. And let's rock and roll. Put some shovels in the ground. Throw some cement in the hole. Throw some sticks up. And let's start building up Atlantic City, okay? Don't be afraid no more. Let's rock and roll, baby. Boom, 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 boom. Thank you, Secret Squirrel, for making that breakthrough for everybody else. All right? Talk to you later.